Oh shit! What's up? Fridays is motherfucking fire, y'all.
Yeah, boy, what the fuck's up?
What's up? What's good?
Yeah, what the fuck's up? Yeah. Oh yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Are you done? Fuck. All right, guys. It's Fridays, and it's Friday, and Fridays are fucking fire. It's your boy Dirtbag Dan. I got Reverse Live here with me. Spencer motherfucking Bones.
Yo. Dr. Bones.
Today we're gonna start by talking about fucking Holy Cluck, guys.
Where'd you get? Are those from San Francisco?
Holy Cluck is local, baby. Chicken with attitude. We got 4 different kinds of wings from Holy Cluck. We got the original wings. We got
finger condoms on.
Oh yeah, so check it out.
They don't give you finger condoms.
They don't give you napkins. They only give you finger condoms. So I'm trying to figure out right now if that's adequate.
Real condoms. You got a little shrimp dick.
If you got a little shrimp dick. So yeah, Fridays are fire. Brought to you by Holy Cluck, even though we paid for it. So maybe next time they'll just give us wings for free. We got original wings. We got apricot chipotle,
which was the belle of the ball.
The belle of the ball. Sweet chili lime.
Is that the dry rub?
No, sweet Thai chili lime.
Those were good.
And then the other one was that lemon dry rub.
That shit was good. All good.
The lemon dry rub smelled super fucking intense.
I thought it was gonna taste like
powdered in paprika. It's just red as fuck.
Yeah, it looks like it's like got so much paprika on it that it's like fucking bright red. But you actually taste it, and it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, no, it's fire. Like I said, it smelled like it was gonna taste like an armpit, but it ended up being hella good. So,
no, yeah, and I think
no armpit taste.
No armpit.
That's good. Not that going.
No armpit taste whatsoever. Would we say the apricot chipotle was the fucking best of them?
The belle of the ball. Yeah, I thought so.
Then the Thai chili. That was
Thai chili was good too.
Fire. This is my only complaint. Is we need wet naps. And
yeah, you guys didn't give us napkins or anything, and my hands are filthy because I was so into eating your product that I just became a child. And
it's hella hard to light a lighter with finger condoms on.
Okay.
It's just like, especially if you got the little safety thing on, that's an issue. Also, my fingers feel like they're being strangled, like I'm losing circulation, and at least
they look fucking weird.
They look weird. They're starting to get a little bulbous.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's normal. So
I don't know who the fuck designed those, but they are fucking dipshits.
Hey, avocado,
it's a good invention, poor execution. Failed to launch. I'm gonna say they win with the chicken. Yeah, the chicken's fire.
Chicken was fire.
The little envelope full of finger condoms, not so much, but the chicken is fucking...
I feel like you really blew the bank on the finger condoms, so we didn't get wet napkins or napkins because you guys just don't have them. It's just like, oh well.
Your logo's on point.
You thought everyone was gonna use it.
That's sick.
Look, it's like
they're fucking tight.
It's like a chicken over here, and it looks like he's flipping you off over here.
It's a chicken over here.
Holy cluck! This motherfucker's flipping you off.
Yeah,
dude.
No, on some real shit though, not just being a dumbass and just talking shit about everything in the world.
Avocado,
this shit's fire as fuck.
Avocado, this is we got wings from Holy Cluck. They're in San Francisco.
They do look like Happy Meals.
They do look like a bunch of Happy Meals, but in fact they were filled with wings. Tasty wings. And that shit's good. So if you missed it last week, we were with Avocado in LA. That's why we weren't here doing Fridays is Fire. We actually fucking did 2 battles. We did Ronnie versus FLO, and we had a title match between EK and Madflex. Both are available now for counterproductive patrons at the $5 level. If not, you gotta wait till next Friday to watch Ronnie and FLO, and then the follling Friday to watch EK. Did you watch that? Did you watch the battle?
I watched them both. Yeah, fucking EK. EK is the best.
His second round was fucking insane,
dude. I definitely think Madflex won. And like just judging the battle, I can't. EK like stumbled and shit like that, but just, dude, everybody. I've said it a million times. EK is like one of my favorite riders, bro. Like top 3, like for sure, like in battling ever. That fool always has like the craziest approach to battling. Like even how he gets to a punchline is always just like this out of the fucking like box. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy, like almost non-linear type of thought. Like it's
crazy how when he's like kind of doing the like he's kind of like Disaster, where he does the like fade in and out of whatever bar he's working on thing, and you could tell that he'll have multiple like ways in, because he'll start a punchline and then like it'll run away from him and he'll kind of freestyle it out, and then he'll restart that same setup, but it'll kind of go a different direction and shit. And the first one he works, so it's like, I guess like maybe he thinks of the one punchline and he's like, oh, not that one, the other one, and then he goes into the other one. But it's just crazy to watch like his brain work like that, because for me it's like I'm either on or not. You know what I mean? It's not like this halfway point where I'm like floating in between bars and shit like that.
I was saying the other day when I was at Dan's house, we're talking about EK and like how dope he is and shit, and that fool his fucking rounds for Air Jordan for in the No Coast battle, dude, he's gassing in that. Like, I just went on this random like little EK
way overboard for Air Jordan.
And like, it's funny because like Air Jordan is like, you know, he's doing all right, he's a cool dude or whatever, but like EK fucking is Molly. He fucking shellaxed that boy. He fucking rinsed him. Fucking just rinsed him one time. Hung him out to dry.
Everything's on the finger condoms.
That they work then, right?
Yeah, but it's, dude, still.
Are they gonna make your fingers smell funny?
I think the cons outweigh the pros in that one.
The cons outweigh the pros. Look at my thumb. It's all red and fucking weird looking now. Fuck, that's no good. So yeah, guys, if you missed it, tune in to motherfucking Patreon. If you're a $5 patron, you can watch it whenever. We're gonna drop the first battle next Friday, and the following battle, the title match, the following Friday. Shouts out to fucking my man's Avocado. The whole fucking Ruin Your Day fucking boy squad.
Hi, Kyle.
Clayton, Kyle killed it. It was Kyle, Ben, and Rory who fucking shot the battles with us, and goddamn did they do a fabulous job. Fucking, it looked so good. And not only did it look good, but it was like a cool little vibe with having people there too. Because I think the small room kind of gets weird sometimes when there's nobody there. It was just enough.
I was super bummed I couldn't go. It looked hella fun.
It was just enough people. I tell you what, like we could have only done 2 battles. If we try to do like one more battle, or if any of the battles weren't good, how about that? My fucking fingers are dying. If any of the battles weren't good, people would have been like fucking talking in the background or whatever.
Yeah. That's like when we did the Geechee Gotti one, it was like that. Like there was only a few people there.
Yeah, it's because it's like
it's way better because it's usually the homies who are like there to really watch battles and shit, you know, and they're not gonna fuck it up. Yeah,
and it's a fine line between. Dude, look at my fucking fingers. Can you see that? They got lines all over the whole fucking things.
They do. They look like you stole them from someone.
I'm wearing flesh-colored finger gloves.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a Dragon Ball Z poster.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell.
That might be GT though.
It is GT. It is GT. So it's not canon. And then
fuck that. No,
it's not canon. We don't adhere.
We don't claim that.
We don't adhere to anything that happens.
GT has some cool shit, but I'm not really.
Well, they were the first. GT was the only one that had the.
I like Oob. That's like my favorite thing of GT is like when
Dude, he was my favorite at the end.
Yeah, Oob's the shit.
The last world tournament or whatever.
Yeah, he's like the best in that whole thing.
That until the Brawly movie, Gogeta wasn't canon because it only happened.
Was it Brawly not canon either?
No, Brawly wasn't either. Yeah, Brawly wasn't either because he was from a movie. But then also the Gogeta, the combination of Vegeta and Goku.
Have you seen the Brawly movie?
The new one? No.
Yeah, it's fucking tight. We watched it the other day at this.
Yeah, we watched the Brawly movie. It was fucking awesome. A great continuation of Dragon Ball Super, and it's awesome to throw Brawly in now because it's like it's better.
Do like way more with them, you know.
Exactly, they're turning right off the bat. He's going Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God and all that shit.
Because now, like the fact that Brawly's just like super OP and shit, like they can, now that the level that Goku and those fools have gotten at and the characters they've introduced, like Brawly makes more sense. You know?
Yeah, well, there was like how many stages could Goku hit before he maxed out when he fought Brawly the first time, and then this time in the first fucking fight. He goes blue, he goes God, and then they gotta do the Gogeta thing, which is they do with the fusion dance too, instead of doing with the Palabras. What I fucking can't remember what they're fucking called.
With the earrings, it's Vegito, right?
Yeah, Vegito with the earrings. Vegito with the earrings.
They even say that in the movie. They're like, that one time we did it, we were Vegito. So this time I will be Gogeta.
Yeah, fire. I love that. Potara is what the fucking earring things are. So the Potara is Vegito, and then the fusion dance is
Gogeta.
Gogeta. And what's tight is that they do the fat one too, and then they have to wait 15 minutes, and then they do the skinny one. And it's like you kind of get that little fucking bit from the
Like throwback to
that was
Dragon
from
Ball Z.
Go Tanks, and when they're doing the Majin Buu shit.
Trunks,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching Kai, and that's where I'm at right now. Is the Super Buu? I'm not quite Kid Buu yet.
Oh, okay. Did you watch all the way Dragon Ball Super all the way through?
I haven't seen any of Super yet. That's
No
why I went back
shit.
to Kai to like go back to the beginning and then catch up.
You're fucking lucky, man. It's 100-something episodes. I mean, once you get into the tournament at the end, it's the shit, because it's like a 90-man tournament, and I think it's like I don't know how many episodes. It's like 30 different episodes, or just this one tournament that all take place within 45 minutes. I love how they do that too in Dragon Ball Z. They're always like, I always thought this was cool. They say they actually timed out the fight with Vegeta and Frieza, which is the longest like single one-on-one fight in all of anime. And they timed it out to be, they say it's like a 20-minute fight, but they're moving so fast that we watch it over like 30 half-an-hour episodes or whatever and shit. That whole principle I think is super dope. It's like, oh, these fools are moving so fast that you're in like a 90-man tournament, like people are fighting over here, people are fighting over here. So there's like whole episodes that are happening at the same fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's easy to fucking follow. And they introduce a whole bunch of new fucking characters. So I think that's the best shit. You know, like always Dragon Ball, you're always just waiting for like what character is going to make Goku like level up. Yeah. And they totally like, they keep introducing people that are like, oh, this dude, all the way through. Like, they start with this dude Hit, and then eventually it's Jiren at the end, who ends up being like the guy, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's just all fucking fighting. They really super. I think they were just like, this is what you guys want. You guys just want a fucking tournament. You guys just want to fight the whole fucking time. All right, there you go.
Fuck
Bitch. So what's up? What are we doing tonight, boys?
I wanted to talk about, we're talking anime because I've been hanging out with my fucking Japanese buddies all week. They were supposed to fucking come through, but they got a wedding to go to tomorrow. I got a bunch of cool like facts about anime in Japan, because I was just asking him, you know what I mean? I'd like to say, everybody watch this out there. What are you watching? You know what I mean? So we'll definitely talk about that. But before anything, I want to talk about Love, Death, and Robots. Because, oh my fucking God, it's the best thing on Netflix right now. If you haven't seen Love, Death, and Robots, go watch that shit right now. It's
Butt, Sex, and Robots. I was trying to think of somebody to ruin this.
Yeah, it took you too long, man. It took way too long, man.
That was a hard one. I'm going to fucking pass out. No, that shit is lit. That shit's hard as fuck, boy.
It is the best.
Yeah!
And it's like, it's really easy. It's 17 individual episodes, and like none are no more than like 20 minutes long. There's like some that are like 5-6 minutes, and there's some that are like 17 18 minutes, but most of them are in like the 10-minute range, and they're just, all of them are super good, super complete stories, and they're all, none of them are really connected. They don't look anything alike, but it's like, there's like, I don't know, it feels like you watch the one and you just want to watch the next one, and then you just want to watch the next one, and then you just want to watch the next one, and then like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, you're like, oh fuck, it's done.
Yeah, no, me and my lady burned through that shit like fucking dumb fast.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Oh man.
Go!
I think the best one is The Witness, as far as like how it looks and how the story draws you in, and it doesn't require, like, all of them I think are dope because they tell a really like interesting story in a short ass period of time. And usually every time they're over, I'm like, fuck, I could watch a whole movie of that.
There's a mic there.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
I was just slam my soda in my face in this microphone.
Hey, White Widow Hayes, what's good? How you doing, my dude?
White Widow Hayes, Hayes.
Hey, Hayes. I think The Witness is my favorite one because it doesn't like even really have a story. It's just like a bunch of crazy shit that's happening.
I always say that's the most visually stunning one. That shit is fucking crazy, dude.
What did you say? It reminded you of Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse, yeah, especially like how they did the text.
Like, it's like pop, bang, boom.
Yeah, that shit's like the coolest shit.
When it's like tripping out with her like vision or whatever, and it just fucking glitches.
Yes.
Shit like that. Like,
I thought when she would like get angry or scream and stuff, it like made her face like scribbly and shit. Like it looked like, you know what I mean? It looked like things were getting out of focus.
Yeah, or it's almost like
cool.
when they're doing that little bit at the beginning, it's almost like Chibi, but like a violent ass version of it, because it's just like all like cartoony, but like scary ass.
It looks like
da, 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 da.
scribbled on too, like it's, you know what I mean? Like it just looks hella crude and it's tight as fuck.
There's definitely like textures in there, like the latex that the fucking people are wearing in like the little bondage club.
Yeah,
it looks so
crazy.
real. It just looks like, how is that not a real fucking person?
Like when she was outside getting like the rendering on the cars and everything. Like,
Oh, yeah.
The buildings too, like the way the buildings look and stuff.
That's what reminds me most of Spider-Verse, because when you're watching Spider-Verse, it's like it's a big wide shot and it's outside, you're like, fuck, that looks real. And then it gets close and you see like it's flat animation and they got like the stipple dots and halftones. It's definitely like it's like jarring, because you go straight from this thing that looks very real to this thing that looks super comic booky. And I thought that Witness one did that really well. And then I guess the other one I said I really liked was the Secret War one. The one with it was basically like,
that's my favorite one, the one with the Russians, dude. That one is so fucking tight, dude.
It's the last one of all of them, and it's basically like it's like a secret war in Russia with monsters. I don't want to give too much away, but it's just fucking awesome. It looks like a cutscene from a video game for sure.
Oh,
it looks like it'd be just like the best video game,
like Red Dead, like prime fucking graphics. Almost like that.
I think the thing is that if you play video games, that you're aware that that kind of animation exists, right? Like if you don't,
like me, I was like, oh, this is fucking cool, and like people probably play video games, they're like, whatever.
Yeah, if you watch like
because I like never play fucking video games, so.
Especially like the really big story games, like The Last of Us, and like a lot of the like PlayStation's really good. Yeah, God of War, 100%. The cutscenes are like
Shenmue from Dreamcast.
There's a game called I can't remember what it's called, but it's like Shadows Never Die, and like it's just this crazy samurai.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's crazy samurai video game, and they have like all the monsters are fucking super intense, and it just it reminded me, all of the stuff on Love, Death, and Robots reminds me of like the best cutscenes from like the most up-to-date video games, like you said, like Red Dead, or like, but even more like, fuck, there's ones on there that are so like real looking at times, it's really like you forget that you're watching an animation. Like there's the Shapeshifters one, especially Beyond the Achilles Rift.
I was gonna say the Achilles Rift one, like there's parts in there where I was like the chick Greta or whatever, I was like, hey, wait, is her face even? No, it is. Like it's confusing. You know
yeah, for sure. And then they go super far with it. They got their titties out. And
I was
pouring champagne on titties.
There's always something that catches you off guard, because even the yogurt one, like it's more cartoony looking, but it gets fucking like raw.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when the dude fucking pulls the baby out of the garbage can.
And then like also when it's like the economic collapse shit, and it just shows some fool just shoot himself.
Yeah, it's like whoa. Yeah, they really take it really far. That's the other thing too, is that clearly like you could do more with animation as far as like pushing the boundaries of shit. And I guess they must have like softened the ratings on shit like that, because I remember when the Spawn animation was on HBO, it was NC-17, and it was like, I feel like there's nothing more intense in that than there is in Love, Death, and Robots.
I remember watching that Spawn shit when I was a kid, and there being like titties and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't watch this.
Or like a hooker getting killed and shit. You're like, whoa, that's intense.
Well, that's par for the course.
Yeah.
Hookers die every day. No,
but yeah, it was. I just think like rating wise, like
shout out to Hookers.
It was NC-17, and I don't think that they like, I don't know. I think they're back in the day. They were like, if you're a cartoon and you got fucking tits in it and blood, then you're, it's a porno basically. And now I think they're a little more loose with it, and maybe because video games have become more of like an accepted medium and shit. I think honestly, like a lot of really good, because there's this idea in Hollywood and major fucking motion pictures where they just be rehashing old ideas over and over and over again. And in video games,
Disney.
yeah, looking at you. But in video games, you can't do that. Like they have to come up with new ideas all the time. So I think especially in the case of some of these, like,
yeah, if you just made another person's
video game, people would be pissed. But not only is it like
it's a remake.
the mechanics of the game have to be unique, but the stories have to be super good too. So you have these games like
someone's album. It's a remake show,
like God of War or fucking like The Last of Us or Red Dead Redemption, where it's like this is a fucking movie that you're just basically playing. And I think more and more people are going to be looking to video games for like original content, like shit like that, than, you know, movies. Because you're going to go to a movie and you're going to see some fucking remake of an 80s thing or a 70s thing or a book or a comic book or something. It's not going to be an original idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, look how many Medea movies there are, and there you go.
I think in general, like there's like if you look at like all the movies that come out over the course of the year, there's probably like 3 movies that you can't directly tie to like something that has success. You know what I mean? Like whether it's even, man, they make fucking board game movies. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, let's do Battleship. Like, really, homie?
It's like a movie about emojis.
Yeah, fucking emojis. Fucking, they got
TJ Miller be the fucking main character. Dude.
That fucking Angry Birds they're coming out with sequels for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking crazy, dude. I forgot they made that Battleship movie. What a dumb
Liam Neeson in that too.
Yeah, and Rihanna. Liam Neeson's and Rihanna's, dude.
Man, they threw the whole fucking thing at the problem there. They went all out.
Dude, they blew the wallet on that, and then they made nothing.
I don't know. They probably made their money back. That's the thing about those big ass movies.
You really think people were like,
they were gonna try to do like they were gonna try to do the whole universe thing too, like a Mattel universe.
Oh my god, that's so fucking lame. Are you familiar with the MonsterVerse that they tried to do?
Yeah, the Paramount.
Yeah. So basically,
which one's that?
Well, they have access to.
Is that the Tom Cruise mummy? Yeah.
Yes, but it was also going to be like they also introduced Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde was Russell Crowe in there. And they had well, there was Tom Cruise Mummy. There was another movie that fucking it didn't even bomb that one. It was Dracula Untold.
Oh yeah.
So they had a Dracula, and then they were gonna have Tom Cruise was gonna be the fucking mummy.
Dracula Untold.
It's just a Dracula.
It sounds like
movie.
A Skinamax movie.
It kind of does, but it's just a Dracula movie. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good.
Did it go to the theaters?
They were just gonna. Yeah, it was in the theaters for sure.
Straight to VHS.
Something like that. But it was gonna be they were gonna do Vampire, Frankenstein eventually, and Bride of Frankenstein, and they were gonna have all like try to get their Marvel on and make a fucking monster.
They're making a Invisible Man remake too.
No shit.
I forget who the director is. It's the Australian dude. I think it's the dude who did Saw. He was like one of the Blumhouse dudes.
Yeah. Well, that's tight. Like, that's a great story. I think all of those stories are great. I don't think anybody wants to see fucking...
Yeah, it was the dude in Insidious.
They're going to fucking do the Avengers? This is the monster Avengers.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't think anybody wants to see that.
We're going to scare the whole world. If something's not scared, fuck that. We're rolling up and scared.
Fucking werewolf, baby.
You guys don't believe in monsters or what? Check me out. I'm a fucking werewolf.
I had no idea they were trying to do a fucking Mattel verse. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
they're just gonna have board games square off.
I think G.I. Joe is supposed to be like part of that shit.
Okay,
so Battleship and G.I. Joe. What else? Look up. What does Mattel have that we could?
What other
fucking Barbie?
Fucking extreme Barbie and Ken. Jason Statham as Ken
like
and
some
shit.
Other Mattel. Like, there's got to be some gems in there. I don't know if it's that important, but it's fucking.
Well, what's Men in Black is supposed to be fucking merging with? Is it Fast and the Furious or something?
Oh my god!
There's something where it's like Men in Black and that fucking.
They're certainly creating a Fast and the Furious universe because they have like a Jason Statham and The Rock. Yeah.
Dude,
so
those movies are the fucking dumbest movies that there's ever been. What are they even about racing anymore?
Not at all. No, they're always about like literally saving the world. Like at the end of the day, fucking Vin Diesel is somehow saving the world in these.
Like, how do we go from these guys like racing legally to these guys are throwing torpedoes over the ice to save the world.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened? Like, in this, like, these dudes literally street raced in the first movie
And stole cars.
They stole cars and street race. They have no training whatsoever in this combat format or whatever.
See, Cody, around after the second movie when they infiltrated a drug cartel, then the government got involved around the third movie.
Oh, Tyrese showed up.
Yeah,
too.
and The Rock was like, "Look, hey, we need you guys steal cars. That's cool, but we need you to stop a missile crisis." And then that's
terrorists.
Oh man, how are we gonna stop these terrorists? Hey, well, I saw this guy drive a Honda really good one time. So I know a guy. He's pretty good at drifting. I think he could stop these fucking missiles with his car.
Nothing we've been doing is working so far.
Yeah,
Let's
nothing.
just try this.
What the fuck, guys? That's your fucking go-to. We could probably. They must be like these problems that they're stopping are probably not that big a problem.
No,
they just presented to them like they're gonna stop.
There's
like,
certainly no superheroes in this universe.
Yeah.
It's just fucking The Rock and Vin Diesel and
whole
shit.
thing is like I'm
going
pretty
under
sure
trains.
these missions are actually like not that big of a deal, but they explain it to the team as though the world's gonna end.
Yeah.
You better stop this drug cartel, but really they're like a nickel and dime like operation. And shit. These are like stories as told by the person who was involved with them. And like every Fast and Furious,
super
every Fast and
yeah,
every Fast and Furious movie should end with like Vin Diesel with like old man makeup and be like, and that kids.
They went Death Wish basically. They went Death Wish. It started out fucking grounded and then just went fucking
off the rails. Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know, Death Wish is the best when fucking Bronson is like shooting people through his
rocket
fucking
launcher, grenade launcher.
Yeah, like he starts off, he's like, "I'm an angry dad, and I bought a handgun."
This fool orders a gun.
Of the hood how to fight.
The fucking gang in the neighborhood that wields axes and shit, and they look
football
like
armor and shit.
They look like the neutrinos from fucking Ninja Turtles. They fucking do. Not only that, this fool orders a fucking gun that could kill elephants, and he blasts that. He just claps that dude who like I forgot what something happens. He's getting ice cream and something happens, and this dude doesn't even do anything that bad. And this fool just lights his ass up with like the craziest pistol ever.
It's like, oh, you stole a candy bar. I think the only other successful universe that's being built within motion pictures right now is the Monsterverse, not the Paramount one, but the big Monsterverse. Godzilla, King Kong, like they're doing that shit. Eventually, like we got Godzilla, King of Monsters is going to come out
the Unbreakable
this year. I don't know. I didn't see the last one, so I'd have to fucking. I was just happy that, like, at the end of Split, you're like, oh.
Where you have the original continuous universe in cinema, fucking Kevin Smith.
Oh,
Dogma and all that shit.
Dogma, Clerks,
Mallrats.
Yeah, Mallrats and shit. Yeah, that's funny.
And then now he's doing the reboot.
Well,
isn't Chasing Amy part of that?
Well, check this out, guys. Fucking in Captain Marvel.
I think Jersey Girl's the only one that's like not.
Listen.
And then the new ones.
In Captain Marvel, Stan Lee, his cameo, he's reading the Mallrats script, which means that Mallrats is canon to fucking Marvel, which means Blunt Man and Chronic exist within the Marvel universe.
That's pretty cool.
And then I think recently on Instagram, Kevin Smith posted a picture of like Jason Lee picking up a Captain Marvel comic book in like for in the new movie.
Yeah.
So making it full circle.
Oh damn! So Brody exists in the fucking Marvel universe as well. Damn, they're all there.
Listen here, true believer.
Damn, that's so that's fucked. Basically, that means that Kevin Smith universe doesn't exist on its own, and it's really just an offshoot of the fucking Disney Marvel universe. Or they just like got bought into it, right? Like they're like, all right, now you fucking exist over here because of Stan Lee. Because of Stan Lee, whether you like it or not. But no, Godzilla, King of Monsters, fucking awesome. They're gonna have Rodan and fucking King Ghidorah or fuck, how do you say it? Ghidorah? Yeah. The fucking 3-headed one, and then Angola, the fucking super like low like armadillo. Mothra's in that bitch. They have like,
you already know Mothra's the man.
Basically, they're doing all the fucking Godzilla monsters in King of Monsters, and then they already did Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, and they're also doing
Ghidorah's one too, isn't it? No, I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But they introduced fucking
Rodan. He's tight.
King. Yeah, they got Rodan in that bitch for sure. They introduced King Kong in that Skull Island one, and what they said in that one is that he was an adolescent in that movie, so he was like a fucking teenage thing and getting bigger.
Wasn't even a fully yoked up man yet.
And they made him get bigger. They made him bigger in that movie. Like for instance, in OG King Kong, for instance, he could like climb a building, but now he's the size of a building. So he couldn't climb the Empire State Building. Now he's the fucking size of that shit.
Yeah.
So they basically
so he's fully ready for kaiju action.
They scaled him up. He's certainly smaller than Godzilla still, but he's way bigger than like original King Kong. Because original King Kong versus Godzilla, you get fucked
on
up.
that guy though. He's ready for King Kong.
He's yacked, boy.
That fool is fucking yoked. That fool is on the yard looking for a fight. Though.
Avocado said Clifford 3-0. What if they put Clifford the big red dog in the mix? And he just
what if Clifford was just like a fucking psychopath?
Fucking
like,
Cujo, but
he's just ridiculous. What if his fur was made of lava?
Somebody needs to make that comic book. Cujo the big red
Clifford.
dog.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh, that's the next mashup right there.
Cujo the big red dog.
You're gonna draw just Clifford and Cujo.
Just Clifford, just fucking Clifford going nuts and ripping people to shreds.
What's that dog that guards hell? The fucking
Yeah.
Cerberus. You should draw Clifford as Cerberus. Three-headed Clifford. That's already for the war.
Before we move on from this,
yeah, boys, we came to talk about anime.
Godzilla and King Kong. In like Avo said in the original version, Godzilla wins. I'm pretty sure. King Kong is way smaller, but they scaled him up for this. Who do you think? Like, here's my question: how the fuck does King Kong beat Godzilla? Godzilla's fucking armored. He's got plates on his back. Mouth. He can shoot fucking energy waves. He's got electricity fucking shit going on. Like, he can fucking slide on his tail and kick fools with both of his feet. Like, I don't get it.
And King Kong's just a gorilla that was like...
He's got more moves. Like, he could be jumping and punching and kicking and shit.
Just like the Yao Ming of gorillas.
Really. His whole body is made of flesh and hair, though. Yeah, like, he's very vulnerable. Unless we get him some armor, I feel like he's gonna get fucked up real fast. You never
know. Maybe he's like really like war torn, hardened from just being on Skull Island, just catching funk all day.
Definite Jux making a good point. King Kong has thumbs.
Oh yeah.
So if he could operate a big ass gun, if they could give him a big ass gun,
you know, America would do that for sure.
Oh, for sure. That's how they do it all. Like America's like, we're gonna like, because in those movies they're always like, gun? We always have to back the kaiju.
We've been waiting for somebody to be able to use this.
We made this gun a long time ago, but no one was big enough to use it.
Hey, we fucking hate Godzilla, and if King Kong, if you can fucking shoot this fool, we'll build you a strap big enough, homie.
We won't even fucking hate on you no more. We'll let you walk through the city whenever you want.
With your big ass gun, homie, concealed. You'll have a fucking concealed permit. Open carry. Godzilla got King Kong got an open carry because Godzilla's bitch ass. All right, moving on. We're talking anime today, guys. I think last week we focused on comic books.
Anime today, guys. Freestyle.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Last week we focused on comic books. This week I want to talk about anime. Like I said, I've been kicking it with my boy Uchan, who's from Nara, which is like right outside of Osaka, and I'll kind of be asking him.
Nara, they have like ninja tourism.
Yeah, Nara's tight. Nara's also the place with the deer, the bowing deer.
Yeah.
That'll fucking eat your. You could like feed them like a petting zoo. Nara, they all have like all the different provinces in Japan have their own different like mascot. Like the one that's really famous that people always see is the black and white bear.
Yeah.
That's Kumamon. That's Kumamoto's, which is where Ichi's from. But the one for Nara is it's a monk with antlers because the monks like made friends with the deer, and then the deer like you could feed the deer there and pet them because they're not scared of people. You know what I mean? Because the monks made friends with them thousands of years ago. So that's their logo, and it's this dude named Sentakun, and he's just like this little bald monk with fucking antlers and shit. He's the man. But fun facts about Japan. But I was asking him, I was like, do hella people watch anime out there? Because I think we have this perception out here that like they just watch it like regular
It's their
TV.
Like
Yeah.
they don't have actual shows and shit.
Yeah. Like
we have friends. They have fucking Dragon Balls. Someone's like watching, like after dinner, like, oh, let's go watch Sailor Moon, honey.
I was pretty
Like,
sad.
to your wife and shit.
I was pretty sad to find out that no, they don't just watch. Everyone
Is
doesn't.
that like an American fixation?
Everyone doesn't watch anime. It's like the thing where that people think that you can get there's panties in a vending machine. Yeah, there's probably one vending machine in fucking Roppongi that you can get panties from, but it's not like they ain't just on the street, homie. You know what I mean? So I think that
every 7-Eleven has.
you need your panty vending
You got your
machines.
red box and you got your panties.
Yeah. No, the reality is that if you watch cartoons there all the time, you're a weirdo. And probably
So
even
same as here.
Probably even more because there's like a cool aspect to anime because it's like a foreign thing and it's not foreign there.
Yeah.
So if you watch just anime there, if that's like all you watch there, then you're just some weirdo who watches a bunch of cartoons. You know what I mean? So, and then I was like, well, what do you watch? You know what motherfuckers love in Japan? People, it trips me out. Okay, first of all, like I've said this before, I think on the podcast on the Dirtbag Dan show, but when we were in Japan touring around, they kept playing fucking Limp Bizkit everywhere. And I was like, I didn't know if it was ironic or like it was a joke or whatever. Turns out they fucking love Limp Bizkit in Japan. They just love it. You know what? I think that like they don't understand the language. They're not like seeing the interviews. Yeah. It's just a lot of like to them, and like fucking they like the vibe of the music, but like they don't think he's a douche. Like we think he's a douche, so they didn't get that. So they're like, oh yeah, fucking Limp Bizkit's tight. So I was like, what show do you guys watch out there? Do you guys watch Game of Thrones? And he's like, no, we haven't got that yet. Like they didn't get it that. Prison Break is huge in Japan.
That's their shit, huh?
Prison Break.
That's crazy.
What?
That
Why?
was on when I was in high school.
I know, but they're like right now, fools are in Japan watching Prison Break. Like this is the fucking shit.
We're over here fiending for like that anime that we don't have yet, like going digging into the internet.
But that's like what
just chilling watching Prison Break.
That's like
I'll mail you the season if you want.
I mean, ultimately, that's what they're watching of our shit, right? Yeah. Like they're not watching Game of Thrones or whatever. Like, they're watching fucking Prison Break. That's their American
show that was like on in the 90s.
And they would probably be like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, I don't know what regular ass folks be watching. I feel like they got all these cool ass game shows on there that are just like the ideas for game shows are so fucking awesome. He explained this one show to me called fucking Documental, which is basically like Silent Library, but like way more intense because it's like 10 comedians and they each pay $10,000. Like they each buy in for $10,000 and they go into a fucking house and then they got to try to make each other laugh. And whoever laughs has to leave the house and the last person gets all the money. And they fucking like can bring in props and shit like that. So it's like,
do they have to be silent or?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
they tell jokes and shit?
I don't think they could tell jokes. I think they have to do like it's all physical and shit like that. But they got to make each other laugh, and then whoever loses gets fucking kicked out. But
I would just fart all kinds.
Just shit like that, right? Is like super fucking funny. Yeah, like you just bring hella fucking food that makes you fart and just
people
like,
would fucking laugh eventually. If I let off the right tone of fart, you know, you can't deny it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Like if I let off a super powerful one, like it's just like boom, like fools are gonna be like,
God damn it,
farts.
God damn it, that was a $10,000 fart.
Okay, guys, let's
son of a bitch.
Let's clear out of this.
So
animes. We're talking about in Nara. People watch Prison Break.
No, I mean
I'm a child.
That was just my
Cool.
that was just my kind of picking the Japanese homie's brain about anime and stuff like that. And he was just like, yeah, you know, like it's way less cool to watch a bunch of cartoons there than it is even here, because here there's like at least like a subculture for anime.
Yeah,
and shit like that.
You're still not cool though.
Yeah, no.
So I recently got Akira on VHS.
Oh hell yeah!
It's,
yes,
89 like OG dub, and Cody and I watched that last weekend. fucking.
I feel like that's the only version I'm really like familiar with because like
if you had the tape, you probably.
I had like a Tower Records
Yeah.
like copy, and then what were you saying? When did they redub Akira?
2001.
Okay, maybe I don't know. Then maybe I've probably seen the regular version, the 2001 version, more than I've seen the other one. At this point.
Leo from the '80s Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
fucking
He was
is the
Kaneda,
voice
yeah.
of Kaneda.
That's
And
what.
then, Tetsuo's only other role was Coke Thug with Red Hat in Street Fighter.
Fire. Coke Thug with
Wait,
Red Hat.
yeah, with Red Hat. You gotta.
It's hella funny because
He wasn't Coke Thug with Blue Hat.
No, he wasn't wearing blue.
No.
in the OG dub, they call Canada.
Canada.
They keep going Canada.
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
I think the 2001, like we were talking about it, the 2001 version, they took it a little more serious, you know?
Yeah, the '80s were more campy.
The 80s one's more
exaggerated.
campy and yeah, it's fucking more cartoony and shit. And the 2001 dub is like really like it's serious and sets more like tense tone. and
Yeah, for sure. Well, I
Which
think
I kind of prefer, to be honest.
Well, it
I think the
matches-
80s
it
one-
matches what the story should be
I've seen
telling, you know,
Totally.
both
like-
a bunch, but like I think I prefer the redub. Like, you know what I mean?
I think the 80s one was serious when it came out.
Yeah.
It's just not serious to us. It's just like RoboCop was serious when it came out. You watch RoboCop and you're just like, what the fuck? These fools are blowing their
I'm
hands off.
sure fucking purists are gonna be like, "Fuck this guy," and it's and you know, and I'm like, I'm not really partial to either. I think I just like the 2000. Maybe I've seen the 2001 one more.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
what
know-
I'm used to, I guess.
Yeah, but I know I've watched the other one because I used to rent that shit on VHS when I was younger, like way younger. So
I've probably actually seen it subbed more than dubbed, anyways. So.
yeah, exactly. Probably the same. I've watched it subbed a bunch of times.
Favorite
Probably more so actually.
anime series, not movie.
It's Yu Yu Hakusho, easy.
I know that.
That's my fucking jam of all jams right there. I fucking love that show. I'd say, but that one, and I really like. Fuck, I don't know. I think there's nothing that could come to mind that really fucks with Yu Yu Hakusho, in my opinion, because it has an ending. It's like 4 seasons. Every season has like its conflict, its boss,
Like its own story arc.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like arc, and then it ends. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucking tight. And I just hella fuck with like the characters and the whole concept of the show, like the spirit detective thing, and like it's just fucking cool. And their tournament, the Dark Tournament, is like the best tournament I think in animation.
Classic anime style. Like that's my favorite 90s like hand-drawn
Yeah.
animes. I mean, I don't think anybody really likes the 3D shit. I don't know why they keep fucking doing it.
No, I love the hand drawn, man. Like,
But I even think like the 90s hand-drawn shit is better than the hand-drawn
Fuck yeah.
shit now. It just has a
Yeah.
better
like
look to it.
the Ninja Scroll shit.
Yes,
like that's
yeah.
from like I think that's from what's that from 90?
I think that might even be like
or
late.
something
Or
like
is
that.
it 80s or 90s?
No, it's 90s. Ninja Scroll 90s. Fucking Akira's 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of like Fist of the North
Oh,
Stars.
was
is.
it
88,
89, something like that. Yeah. Fist of the North Star's old as fuck, and that shit's dope.
Yeah.
That's just hella violent and awesome.
I mean, I think the best example for me is the okay, so my favorite anime series, I think I would say it's either Death Note or Berserk. Because those are the two that I fucking was like binging. Like I'd watch an episode and I'd be like, oh fuck, I gotta watch another episode. Like
Yeah.
and I'm talking 90s Berserk. I'm not talking the 3 movie story arc. I'm talking the 30 episode shit that ends.
that good ass fucking like Four Loko when it still had energy drink.
Oh
Berserk.
yeah, baby. Hey, that shit ends with the fucking crazy blood orgy demon event or whatever. Like that's how Berserk ends. Like
Yeah. And then they picked it up.
the 3 movies, they have a little afterwards because that's insane to fucking end like a 30 fucking episode thing on just like, oh, here's all your favorite characters getting raped and murdered. Goodbye. Like it's literally like a fucking claw goes into his eye and blood goes over, and that's how it ends. And that's just like, well, you watched Berserk. Like, hope you enjoyed your fucking the guy you thought was a hero turned into a demon and raped the fucking chick you've been following the whole time. Goodbye. Like, oh fuck. But yeah, like the style of animation, they would do these things in Berserk where like they would do like a freeze frame and it would just be like a drawing. You know what I mean? Like, so they go from like the actual animation to just like a wow, and it'd be like this crazy, like ill painting of like fucking swords fucking clashing in a light. And that like, that's definitely super unique to the 90s anime, and they just don't do that shit anymore. So, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Samurai Champloo.
Champloo's fucking great.
Yeah, soundtrack's fire, stories.
Oh yeah, best fucking soundtrack probably for an anime ever.
Yeah, that's
New
just
vibes.
Yeah, I think what was the RZA one? Is like
the fucking
Afro Samurai? It's just like
Samuel L. Jackson.
it's good, but they're just like it's like trying to do what Champloo did hella effortlessly. You know what I mean?
Fucking really dope and pretty too.
Oh yeah. And well, it's got Mugen is the same voice as Spike, right? Like it's got all
the same people as Bebop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's and
to get all of it.
It just has the ill
Same too, yeah.
classic anime style. Not only visually, but like the stories are like, even though there's like the big story arc, they have the self-contained
like the baseball one. There's the fucking
or the mushroom war where everybody eats the mushrooms and then they're fucking just yeah. Like they're all like their own little story, but they're still part of like the grander story of like the chick trying to find the.
I say he does that like super well in Cowboy Bebop too. Like I don't know, his series are just kind of like that.
Yeah.
There's overarching thing, but then there's little like pocket stories in between that.
Yeah, totally.
Like build on the character development, and then I don't know, even the characters that you're not even gonna see ever again, but you just feel like. It's fucking tight. Especially
in Cowboy Bebop, where they'll just like introduce people from like Spike's past or from like any of the characters. Like they're like, oh, these people have a whole life that happened before this shit, and it'll be like you'll be like mad invested way quick. Like, oh shit, like this person screwed him over years ago or whatever.
Their character developing on there is fucking flames.
And
so after last. Fridays are Fire. I started watching more Space Dandy. I've seen it before, but kind of like forgot about it. And then
that's
I don't even know if I've ever seen it.
So that's Bebop, Champloo,
Space Dandy, but it's fucking way different. Like it's way out there. I feel like there's not any grand connection yet.
No,
you know?
yeah.
There's even thing. Episodes where they'll fucking completely die, and then they're just back the next episode.
Yeah, it's like it's like almost like a Family Guy anime where it's just like, whatever happens week to week only matters like on this week of the show. Like
it's wild. Like they straight up fight this chick who turns into a giant titty monster.
Yes.
And then you were talking about that ramen episode.
The ramen episode is my favorite. I love it. They go to the space ramen, dude, and then he's like
the portal to get to him and shit.
And he's like shipping the ramen down to Earth.
Yeah.
So like,
but he learned on Earth from somebody in like New York or something.
Yeah, dude, it's so sick. I love those fucking like little self-contained stories, and they're just like 30-minute, just like, oh, this is all about fucking ramen the whole fucking time, and then it's done, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Be Nasty, you the man. Who are your favorite 3 characters from Marvel vs. Capcom? Go.
Me?
Yeah.
That I use?
Yes.
Ryu, Gambit, and Captain Commando.
Oh shit. Venom, Spider-Man. I like to team them up together, and then probably Ryu. Okay,
so I go definitely either Spider-Man or Wolverine. Like either one of those two, they're interchangeable.
Yeah.
Either Ken or Ryu, depending on if I want to do the Shen Ryu Ken go straight up or if I just want to be shooting fucking epic fireballs at fulls. And then Strider. I liked Strider. Hiru was a good guy.
Strider's tight.
Yeah. So there you go. Be Nasty. Yeah, Wolverine was tight in Berserker Barrage. You could just basically like I tried to get my like.
What the fuck did Jordan has that bar? He's like. He saw, whether it be in a church or garage, if you fucking with me,
Berserker Barrage.
we're going to get sushi. I'd probably butcher that.
In a church or garage, Berserker Barrage.
With Berserker Barrage.
Yes. Back to fucking the anime. You were saying that you started to watch Boku no Hero.
Yeah, I binged through that. I'm caught up. Just finished season.
Damn.
Dude,
okay.
It was between the last podcast and now. Like I just started watching it, and
that's just pretty litty.
Here's my question about Boku no Hero. Where does the movie take place? Because there's a movie. and it's supposed to happen like in between seasons. Does it happen in
Sure.
between
Does
season
it
2
even
and
have
3?
anything to do with shit like how those Bleach movies that have nothing to do with anything?
I feel like that's how most anime movies are. They're
Or like
not
Naruto
necessarily
too.
canon, right?
Just the other fucking movies are just random as shit. They're tight. I sound like I hate them, but they're good. It's just it's
I don't know, like fuck. It's I just keep thinking about fucking Marvel versus Capcom now. I'm like, was that the team? Was it Spider-Man and Ryu and Strider? I think it was. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the Boku no Hero movie, it is like related, but not like intrinsic to the fucking thing. Like,
it's not if you don't see it, it's not gonna matter.
Exactly. But there is like little tie-ins to like fucking One for All and like all like the major storyline of
season 4 starts in October, I think.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? What is your favorite part of Boku no Hero so far? I'm not all the way through season 3, but they do like all the shit. They have like the tournament arc and they have like the training shit.
Season 2 shit is tight as fuck. Like the tournament.
Season 3 is tight because there's more villains. They're actually fighting more. It's sick.
Yeah. I just always like me a good tournament, you know?
Yeah, man. I'm fucking a sucker for a tournament arc in anime.
The way that they do their tournament too, where it's like part of their class and shit.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like spreads out like the action amongst like, it's not just fighting, it's like a bunch of other cool shit.
And it would be cool if it was just like these fools having to like use their quirks to do whatever to win. But then there's always like the villains show up and fucking fuck everything up, and then they have to like deal with that in the process of being in this competition.
Hero Killer is fucking tight.
Hero Killer Stain, yeah, that dude's sick. I like the main bad guy with the fucking hand over his face. That dude's sick. And what are those things I forgot what the name of those things that he makes, like the fucking monsters that he always sends out to fight.
Oh, the Nemus or something.
Nemu, like yeah, the first one when him and fucking All Might are just punching each other, just going boom, 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 boom. And I gotta say this about Boku no Hero. If you haven't watched this, which is My Hero Academy for you suckers. Boku no Hero is the most inspirational anime of fucking all animes in history. Like every episode has a moment where it's just like,
you can do
it. Get up.
Believe in your friends.
Believe in yourself. Oh my god, it is the most fucking inspirational shit ever, bro. I be getting mad if I'm super high and it's early in the morning and I'm watching Boku no Hero. Like I might get a little like fuck. Oh man, let's fucking get that fool, bro. You can get that fool right now, fool.
Yeah.
Just get a little misty, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking too, what might be a close candidate for a series. Well, what do you get? Do you have like do you have like a top 3? I'm thinking it's like top 3. Like what are other like series?
I said Death Note and
because it's hard because Yu Yu Hakusho is for sure my favorite, but I know there's like ones that are right there, you know, like that. It's not even that old. That one I've talked about it before on the other podcast with the fucking Basilisk, that fucking the Ninja War movie.
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's like Romeo and Juliet with ninjas and shit, and it's fucking dope, dude.
That Samurai 7 one's fucking tight.
Yeah, this dude, he brought that to my house. That shit's fucking really good. Samurai 7's lit. I fucking obviously like Bleach is hella dope. I think Kenpachi. Like, here's a question: who's your favorite anime character out of anything?
Well, that's funny because Tantrum's talking about OPM, but come on, bro, it's one fucking season. You can't say it's the best. I mean, it is. Yeah, it is the best anime, but it's also one fucking season. You know what I mean? It's like I've watched that one season of One Punch Man like fucking 10 times. It's so fucking good, but it's one season.
Dude, I remember when I watched One Punch Man. My lady showed me One Punch Man. We did acid, and then she fell asleep, and I was still awake. And she just had showed me One Punch Man, and then like she woke up, and I was just sitting on the floor in front of the TV watching. And I watched all of One Punch Man that night. Just on acid.
Oh man, it's so fucking good.
But that shit is fire.
I've been watching Soul Eater, and
Oh, Soul Eater's so tight.
I'm watching it now. And it's basically a combination of Bleach and My Hero.
Yeah.
Like, it's a school for Soul Reapers. Basically.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yo, yeah, fuck. I want to, dude. Mifune from fucking Soul Eater. Him and Blackstar have like some of the best fights like in anime ever.
I saw the second one.
Yeah, whatever the one is when he throws the swords up and they all land in the ground.
Yeah,
and he's like walking on top of them and like he's using them. He's like picking them up as he's doing it and using them and shit. It's fucking so lit.
One Punch Man's second season does come out in like a couple weeks.
I'm fucking ready, dude.
But it's a different fucking studio.
Oh.
They're on that 3D shit a little bit.
Oh.
It's a completely different studio. It's not fucking Madhouse anymore. So I'm kind of like chill. I mean, like, I know I'm gonna like it, and I'm not as picky. Some fools are so fucking picky with the 3D shit. Like, as soon as it's in there, they're just like, nope, I'm not fucking with this shit. I'm out. I'm out.
That Samurai 7 has some 3D like mixed with.
I mean, Baki's a little kind of 3D.
Say, Baki is one that had 3D stuff, but Baki was tight as fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. Like, if there's sometimes it feels like I'm playing a Nintendo game.
There's only
like,
one part in Baki. It's when fuck's the dude?
Biscuit Oliva.
No, the fucking dude with the white hair. The old man, the crazy old man.
What is his name? I don't know why I can't think of it. It starts with the CH. Is it not Charlie? No,
it's not.
Fuck. I know who you're talking about. The fucking prisoner dude.
The old man, the fucking when he fights the tiger dude in the amusement park, they like lock on one part. And the fucking 3D looks hella cheesy, but like that was my only gripe for the whole thing. Other than that, it's not bad. And like that fucking story itself and show is fucking awesome. Like, you know what I mean? The fighting in that, the Horiyama versus Spec when they fight in the park.
Yeah.
And then when the fucking dude puts bullets in Horiyama's mouth and punches the bullets and blows his jaw off and shit.
Blows it out of his fucking sides of his cheeks.
That shit's fucking crazy. So tight.
So that's it. I think Baki is a good example of like a decent looking newer 3D style anime. But for the most part,
what's that? The Ajin or whatever.
Yeah, Ajin
Ajin's
done really well. It's like unique to it. You know what I mean? I see a bunch that look like worse versions of Ajin. You know what I mean? Where they're just like you know what it feels like? What Ajin did, right? Is like, it's the 3D style, but the coloring is real fucking dark. And it's like spattery. Like, it reminds me of like, it's video gamey instead of being like fucking, I don't know. It doesn't feel blocky or whatever. Like Berserk specifically, because I got so used to the actual animated style that when you go to watch like the Golden Egg Saga and the real movies, you're like kind of, and it's like 2012. So it's when they started doing that shit. And even worse, the 2016 Berserk anime is really fucking like 3D'd up. And I love the story, so I just sit through it. But I totally fucking, I mean, why, when you see like Boku no Hero, like that's a perfectly, or Dragon Ball Super, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're drawing them good, man. Like, why do we got to do this whole new style? And I don't know like why so many studios do it, since so many people talk shit about it. Like, I've never heard anybody be like an advocate for 3D animation. Like, yeah, fuck that drawing shit. Like, I want to see this. But I've heard so many people
fucking losers use the computer.
I've heard so many people just be like tune out on an anime because they're like, I don't like this fucking style. And it doesn't matter if it's like,
nah, dude, especially if you're a person who grew up watching anime, that thrown in there sometimes is you're just like, this is fucking stupid. Like, you know,
Avocado says they do it because it's cheaper, which makes perfect sense.
Duh.
Well, it takes less people. Obviously, like, animation house is like a big fucking thing, right? That's unfortunate. I wish they could find a way to make the cool shit look or cheaper so that they can make more of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how. I don't know. I guess it makes sense because it's computer generated, not fucking hand drawn. 3D animation versus hand drawn.
Animation styles for anime.
But yeah, who's your favorite characters?
Oh, for what? Oh,
any anime. Who's your favorite anime character from anything ever?
I love.
You were like that's.
I love. Fuck, man. I like different ones for different reasons.
You love Fuck Man. I've never heard of it.
Fuck Man's great.
Which show is he from?
Fuck Man. It's one of. I think he's a Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Fuckman the Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure.
I caught a Fuckman.
That's what he does. He goes.
I choose you, Fuckman.
He goes. Fuck man. That's what he says.
He goes. You know, he's like a dude who's like, oh fuck, man. It's just a small I'm
getting to beat
there's this dude at my job named Albert. He's a DOT driver, and I just imagine a small version of him going, "Oh fuck, man!" That's like the Pokemon.
Oh, fuck man!
You just summon that.
Fuck man! I choose you.
He's wearing his fucking uniform.
He's like, fuck man, fuck man, garbage truck, and he just like goes, "Fuck man," and he drives the truck into you. All right, no, I think Saitama's like the best character because he just fucking is bummed that he can't be beat. And he just punches people once and they die. And he just wants to buy food for cheap. And like he's just the most.
He gets hella mad when he misses his deal.
A sale or whatever. He's just the best. Like he's super funny, but like he'll be super serious at times, and he's unbeatable. So I think he's probably the best character. But like I said, One Punch Man, one fucking season. So like I'm gonna let it run for a few before I call it my favorite anime.
I think I'd go with Bash.
For fucking Trigun? Hell yeah.
Bash the Stampede. Why? Because he's got a fucking Eddie Murphy style red fucking coat jacket. Yeah, he's got hella flaps on his red coat.
He's tight. He's like fucking just a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then he's hella serious and shit too, though. Like he'll be hella like stone cold ass serious, make a bitch cry, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah. Like, yeah, Bash is dope.
I love it. Love it. Mine is Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach.
Okay.
Because he wants all the smoke all the time.
You know who else is
all
like that?
Layers.
Rurouni Kenshin is totally like Vash too.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Rurouni Kenshin's all like he'll just fuck you up, but then he's like, "I'm sorry, goofball."
Yeah, Kenpachi's just always with the shit, and he only gets pumped when people are stronger than him or as strong.
Yeah.
And like he'll like if you're not even worth his time, he just chills at his house and shit. Yeah,
I think that's what's something. Like I said, Death Note was one of my favorite animes. I think that's one of the reasons it's one of my favorite animes is because I didn't even like light. Like for you to watch an anime that's about a character that you don't even fucking like the guy, and you're like, eventually you start to fucking hate him. And root for L. And then you're like, and then L loses, and you're like, oh, you fuck. You're like, I never like, you know what the only example I could think of in anything else is fucking Breaking Bad. L is totally fucking Walter White. Because you start off liking him, and then you're like, oh, you're fucking a demon, homie. Like, chill out. And then by the end, you're like, oh, fucking kind of sad to see you go. But the whole like, that you are watching this you're watching this story that you're like fucking I don't like this character but I'm following this fucking character like and eventually you're just like I can't wait till they fucking get your ass like, you son of a bitch. It's like Sons of Anarchy and shit too. You're just like oh fuck I hope they bust all you fucking snitches. All right, we talked about anime for an hour. Anything else you guys want to throw in before we fucking
the live actions?
Oh my god, have they ever made a good live action anime? Has there been one?
The Bleach one wasn't bad, to be honest.
Well, Blade of the Immortal, even though I don't think that ever had an anime, but it's a manga.
See,
Blade of the Immortal, that shit's lit.
That's different though because I think that was like made for. It's like Oneihi was like a TV show back in the day, right? It was like Matlock, fucking.
Like Lone Wolf.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Lone Wolf is like a fucking
movies and his TV series.
But it's a
but no anime though.
But realistically, it's just like a good story, and that's why it's like that. I mean,
is there a good one?
I'm talking like where they took an anime that was popular as an anime, made a live action.
So. Like I said, the Bleach one, the Death Note one wasn't bad. The Bleach one wasn't bad.
The Death Note one. Me and Jordan watched it hella high one morning, and we were like, "This is pretty good." And then we went on the internet, and everyone was like, "Worst fucking movie ever!" And I was like,
I mean, I watched it. I don't think it was too bad.
I get it. Like they tried that, they Americanized it. Like they didn't like, you know.
What you want, you know? Like,
I mean, I think that
Netflix did it.
People are like, they
didn't get fucking, you know.
If you change something that people like, they get mad. You know what I mean? So like, I understand you're gonna turn it into a 2-hour fucking thing. It's gonna be different, but it was kind of fucking. It was kind of cheesy. There's parts of it where I'm like,
I didn't think. I mean, like the Ghost in the Shell movies. I didn't see Alita. Was Alita good?
Alita's pretty tight.
I haven't seen Alita.
It's just I don't know. It's long and there's unnecessary shit in it, but it's overall it's tight.
Well, tell me this.
Shit in it.
Wasn't Alita kind of like
Speed Racer movies not bad.
At least Alita. Oh, Speed Racer's fucking hella good. That might be the best fucking anime ever.
The movie
Say something. Say something in the chat right now if you don't like Speed Racer. If go watch it again. That movie was so fucking far ahead of its time. Like I remember it came out, people were like, "Yeah, whatever." And watch that movie like a year later. You watch that movie now, and it's like 10 years old, and it looks hella fucking good. And you're like, "Woo, they fucking knocked this shit out the park with the graphics."
That shit, it is pretty fucking sick to be honest. Then, but I was gonna say, I did not think the Ghost in the Shell movie was that bad. I don't think they utilized it enough.
I thought it was stupid as fuck.
Oh, okay, well,
still haven't seen it.
I thought it was dumb as fuck.
It wasn't horrible, but
classic fucking Hollywood whitewash.
Yeah.
At the same time, okay, here's the thing about that though.
It wasn't thrilling.
At the same time though,
I watched it, it was whatever. I didn't hate it.
Basically, Ghost in the Shell, she's essentially a fucking sex robot, and if you were gonna build a sex robot, it would probably look exactly like ScarJo. So, in fact, not whitewashing at all. All the other characters, a little bit of whitewashing, but ScarJo, she was right on point, man. That's what that bitch was supposed to look like.
Yeah, there it is. Design
me a ScarJo sex robot that could shoot guns and jump out of windows and camouflage.
Looking at you, internet.
I'm looking at you. You know what? There's a live action version of the Guyver. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
From the 90s.
From the 90s?
I've seen like both of the movies.
With Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
That's kind of a badass live action anime.
Guyver. Right? Fuck yeah, dude. The Guyver shit. The Guyver unit's fire, bro.
Oh, Aeon Flux was trash. They made an Aeon Flux movie, didn't they?
Yeah, it was caca.
Oh, how the fuck they gonna make a movie out of a silent animation? Yeah. I remember when Aeon Flux went from being an animation that was like on Liquid Television that was just like a silent 5 minutes of just like, oh, this shit is badass. And then they made like the 30-minute version where they were like, I'm from Elon, and like talking all dumb and shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Go back to being silent and closing fucking flies on your eyelids, you stupid bitch. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how that went.
That's sexist.
Liquid Television. Hey, does anyone remember? There was like the Max.
Oh, yeah.
There was
The Head.
Yeah, there was The Head, there was Aeon Flux, and there was another show. I want to say it was like something the Great. I don't fucking, was it Alexander the Great? No, it was some weird ass like one of those kind of Liquid Television cartoons, and it was almost like S&M-ish, and it was fucking really weird, but it was a cool show.
That's back when Daria was cracking big.
I don't remember what the fuck it was called though.
All I remember
if you losers in the chat can help me out, I won't call you a loser ever again.
All I remember from Liquid Television or from like that era of those cartoons was the Max, The Head.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Daria, Beavis and Butthead. Fuck yeah, I can't remember. Max was really good.
Max was fucking tight. I had a toy of the Max.
We're just bullshitting now, so we're gonna get out of here because I want to eat the rest of these fucking wings and I don't want to do it on camera. Right, shouts out to fucking Holy Cluck. I recommend the apricot chipotle. If you're in San Francisco, hit up Holy Cluck, get some wings, tell them Dirtbag Dan sent you, and then maybe they'll give me some free wings.
They'll be like, who the fuck is that?
They'll be like, who is that? But if enough people say that,
yeah, $10. Okay,
I'm expecting to call Holy Cluck next week and say, this is Dirtbag Dan.
Oh, hey, we owe you some wings.
Man. And I want them to know who the fuck I am, dude. If they don't, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. All right.
So you know what to do, guys.
Okay, hey, check it out. I got an idea. How about this? What? Next week, Fridays are fire. Are you guys doing shit?
No, I'm here.
I'm in town. Next week, Fridays are fire. Here, so. We did comic books. We talked about
the anime.
We talked a good anime game this week. I'm thinking next week we do video games.
Yeah.
But check it out. I'll set it up.
Butt check
it.
But check it, please. I'll set it up so that we can actually play video games.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So we'll just stream for an hour or two, and it'll be us playing video games, and we'll be in the bottom just talking shit. We could do all retro games. We could do fucking Final Fight. We could do fucking.
I have a
Sega.
I have a Sega.
Oh, let's
And
go,
some
baby.
some games.
I
Yeah.
have games too.
Cool. Well, we'll figure it out. Because I could set up I could set up old systems with that fucking Elgato thing. But we could also download whatever games we want to play on the Xbox too. So next week we'll do video games, and we'll actually be playing games, but we'll be right here live on YouTube. Fridays are fucking fire.
Fridays are fire.
Hashtag Fridays are fire.
Fire is fire.
Fridays are fire. All right.
They
Peace.
call me Young. Fridays are fire, and I'm made of hot tires.